magic, let's dive in.
So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the tyrant's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place.
In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Moon of infinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello everyone and welcome in. Hopefully you guys are having a good Sunday. I know it's kind of late and you guys probably have work or things to do tomorrow. I did try to come on a little earlier, but unfortunately that did not work out for me. So hopefully you guys are having a good night and still able to stay tuned, at least to get your free questions done. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. I'm doing good, Nat. Thank you for asking. If you have a yes, no question you'd like to ask, just drop it in the chat. We do have donations tonight, so I am going to have to get started promptly at 10:45 to get those donations done. So just make sure you guys are getting your yes, no's in as soon as you can. Let's go ahead and get started on answering those questions you have. Ajaz, no. 8 of Swords. LF, this is for Lauren. Yes, Queen of Cups. The Gemini. I think so. I feel like this is more of a yes than what I've been getting for you. I have the 3 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles. So I'm going to say yes based off of those cards. Bernie. I have a no for Bernie, 8 of Cups. Unfazed, welcome in. This is for Nat. I have a yes for you, Nat. 8 of Wands. Lisa. I have a no. 10 of Swords. You're welcome, Nat. This is for Unfazed. You're welcome, Gemini. Gemini, a lot of the times I won't remember, to be honest, but I think because I've done a couple readings for you recently, maybe that's why. I have a yes for Unfazed, 3 of Pentacles. Peru. You're welcome. I have a no, 8 of Cups. Hi, sweeter. Welcome in. I have a yes for Sienna, Ace of Swords. You're welcome, Peru. Yes, 4 of Wands for Sweeter. I have a no for Shavana. I'm not sure what this is about, but it's the 5 of Swords conflict. Mary. Yes, 10 of Cups. You're welcome, everyone. We're going to leave the free list open for about 3 more minutes, and then we are going to move forward to our donations of the night. You're welcome, everyone. This is for Ray. I have a yes, 2 of Cups for Ray. Golden Moment, hello, welcome in. Paula Rose. You're welcome, Ray. Not yet, or not right now, Paula. I have the 7 of Pentacles. I think this is something you should be a little weary of. That something like this could be, he could be like, how do I say this? 1 foot out the door. 7 of Pentacles talks about like something that is going on behind the scenes, something that he's maybe feeling or working towards. So he may not necessarily be cheating, but he might be maybe like concerned about your relationship, maybe thinking about breaking things off, or he may find himself in a compromising situation at some point where this question will turn, from a no to a yes. So, Paula, I don't think anything's going on right now, but I think that it could happen down the line if you guys don't work on your connection. Either that or he might like walk away, if that makes sense. Angelus. I have a no, 5 of Cups. Golden Moment. No, 9 of Wands, and Space Cowboy. Oh, he left last night. Oh. Okay, yeah, I felt like there was something kind of rumbling underneath the surface there. I'm sorry to hear that. You're welcome, Angelus. Space Cowboy, yes. Ace of Pentacles. All right, guys, that is the end of the free list. We are going to move on to our donations. First up, we have Philomena. Philomena, if you're here, Philomena, will you check in with me, please? We're looking for Philomena to check in. Hey girl, what's your question? What's coming towards you in love? All right, what's coming towards Philomena? So I feel like the bearer of bad news for some reason, Philomena. I'm not sure what this energy is, but I have the Eight of Wands, which indicates that you're open for someone to come towards you. But I asked if this was going to be a serious offer, and I got a no. I asked what type of person this was, or like what was this, and I got someone who's really good with words, a smooth talker, but someone that eventually just like leaves you confused, or like conflicted, and so you may not even want to entertain it. This might be someone who starts off as like a friend, or like you have a hard time getting past the friendship dynamic. This is someone who isn't really here to offer anything serious. Nine of Pentacles, this person's very like independent. I do have the Eight of Pentacles, which may indicate another like work person or work related person. Or this could be someone that gets introduced to you through someone that you work with. Let's see if there's any serious prospects coming in anytime soon. I feel like July, there could be something. I have the Seven of Pentacles. This feels like the 7th month. So like July vibes. And I also have the Sun, which is like summertime. So I think that the soonest you're going to see anything is probably July. So that's a couple months away. It's not too bad, but it could be potentially up to like 3 months away from where we're at right now. That might be a more serious offer for you. But I think that there's kind of someone that might be coming through before then. And I feel encouraged to tell you that this is just going to leave a lot of confusion for you. And it's important that you walk away from this rather than try to entertain it, because there is something that will be coming better along for you in the summertime. Someone who's more willing to invest in you long term, show you you're appreciated. And we also have the Six of Wands, which is public recognition. So like wanting to introduce you to friends and family, making you feel important, liking the idea of people knowing that you're an item. So this is someone who like would want to show you off, and like make their intentions very clear. So I would say wait till maybe this summer before like taking these prospects more seriously. I think this person's just going to come in and kind of just feel different than the others. So Philomena, that's what I have. If you want to add on to your reading, let me know. And if that answered your question, I will move on to our next person. Butter Baby and Mati Das. My free list is closed. All right, it looks like we answered Philomena's question, so I'm going to move on to SB. SB, if you're in the chat, do you want to check in with me? All right, this is for SB. We are shuffling now. Energy between the two of you. All right, let's check with him first and see what's going on with him. All right, how is he feeling? How is he feeling? You have a lot of court cards coming through right now, so this is interesting. I don't think I've seen all this. Like, it's a lot of court cards, like multiple kings, multiple queens, page. I will say, SB, that he still feels like you guys are a really good match for one another. Like, Queen and King of Swords are here. So whenever I see a king and queen of the same suit, it always makes me feel like that person we're asking about views you guys to be a really good match. He says that there are other qualities about him that don't always line up with you, and there are other qualities that don't always line up with him. But the passion and the excitement and the attraction are still there. You guys very much understand each other on a mental level. And I feel like he's saying that our similarities bring us together and opposites attract in other areas. So if if for whatever reason you guys don't have such compatible qualities in certain places, he's saying opposites attract. So he doesn't strike me as someone that is making it seem like it's a problem if you guys have differences. He supports it and like appreciates that. You also have the Lovers, so he feels like there's this deep, divine, soulful connection between the two of you. The Lovers, to me, always speaks to the fact that you guys choose each other time and time again. I feel like with the Ten of Wands, he is putting a heavy emphasis on packing bags and needing to leave or something. Or maybe it's more metaphorical than literal, but it's feeling as though there's a lot of separation that he feels. Almost like, what am I getting? I feel like he's saying, I have to kind of mentally prepare for something. I have to kind of get into this headspace. Kind of like when athletes are about to play a big game, a very important game, they kind of have to check out of their feelings and kind of get their head in the game, if that makes sense. And like, that's all they're thinking about, and they're not thinking about anything else. And I feel like that's kind of what I'm tapping into for him right now. He's saying, like, I have to just check out. I have to get my head in the game. Like, I have to mentally prepare. So it's almost like this on and off energy, this off energy you're feeling is just because his headspace is very different than where he's been the last couple of weeks. I feel like he wants you to know that's not because of you. It's just he has to put himself in a certain headspace right now that is maybe not as catering to your conversations and your exchanges in such a fully present way, the way that it has been. I feel like he wants you to know that he still feels the desire to pursue a deeper relationship with you, that he feels a deep connection and attraction and like a strong bond with you. And it's definitely romantic in nature. The lovers always to me talks about like a choice. It's like the need to choose one another, the need to like make sure that the other person knows how supported they are. And so I feel like from his perspective, I think that he wants to still find a way to make this work. I think that I'm still kind of picking up like he wants to make things up to you so that way you feel like you're not being left behind. But the main reason why this energy feels off is because he's saying that thing like, I have to kind of get my mind right, whatever that means. Like he's in preparation for something. Let me go grab my channel message cards. I am in my room right now and I don't have them on me. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab those and we will get your channeled messages. All right, SB, I am shuffling for you now. Let's see what messages he has for you. He says, I won't let you down. We will be together again. You didn't see my tears. So I feel like maybe with that, he's saying, like, you don't know how disappointed I was too, or like, I didn't want to let you down, and I feel like I disappointed you, and I was disappointed, or I was sad or upset myself. You come closer than anyone. I know I messed everything up. I miss hearing your voice. I think that's also like, I miss you. Yeah, I miss being with you. That's the very next card out. I hope you can forgive me one day. Let's pull an extra card for you. You inspire me. You inspire me. So that is what I have for you, SB. Thank you for your patience, because even though you're not here, I know you probably had to like wait around till I came back with these cards. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. And it looks like that is it on my list. If anybody else wants to donate, go ahead and do so. Hey, beautiful love, how are you? Oh, I'm missing some people. Sorry. Hey, Amy, I'm so sorry. Like, missed. My gosh, all these comments just came through. I think my computer was frozen. Yeah, that sounds good, Amy. Let me. Okay, yeah, whenever you want to donate is fine. Is it possible to do mini channeled messages or not? That's fine if you want to do that. Whatever you want to do works for me. Beautiful love, free list is closed for the night. So I don't have a specific time that I need to get off. I'm just gonna stay on until the donations stop coming through, basically. So I'm not sure when that will be. Maybe 30 more minutes, unless more donations come in, something like that. Oh, full channeled. Okay, that sounds good, Amy. Well, you actually are next, so let me know what you want me to do for you in terms of who the message is from and all of that. Okay. We'll see what comes through for you. Give me a second while I channel this. Thanks, girl. My husband was taking a nap, Amy, so he's up now. He just came back and told me he's up. So I'm going to head and move my stuff back out into my living room. So give me a second. I know you said take your time. I'm just letting you know it might be a few minutes extra just because I'm switching myself around here. All right, I'm all situated back out in the living room. So give me a few. I'll let you know when I'm halfway through your channeling, and then once I'm fully done, we'll get it sent over to you. Did you want me to read it out loud? Okie dokie. Okay, we're about halfway done. All right, Amy, let me get this sent over to you. All right, so you're welcome. He says, it's hard to explain, but I guess I'm in this weird place trying to figure out what I want. I feel pulled in different directions. I just want to have fun, and I don't want to hurt anyone in the process. I also know things are weird with us, and I never wanted to get to this place with you. I was just having a good time, and things got complicated fast. I haven't handled any of this gracefully, even though I was trying to. I should have had the courage to tell you straight on that this was too much too fast and I wasn't interested in taking this further. I feel like it's even hard to be friends because of what happened. I feel ashamed. I know. Really reminds me how he said that I learned to process it, but he's kind of struggling to. And essentially, is making it weird. Right. Yeah, I got you, Amy. I think that the reason why you can process it and he has a harder time is because you his stems from shame or guilt and yours just stemmed from genuine interest, and you knew that you weren't doing anything wrong. You're single, you're available, you're having fun. And I think for him, he like worries a lot and he overthinks a lot. And um I think for him, he was like, I just didn't think this through. Yeah, that's fine if you want to do that. We'll shuffle for you in a sec whenever you get that sent over. Sorry, I stepped away from my computer. I'm shuffling for your cards now. All right, messages from Elias. Messages from Elias. It definitely was really fast. But I still recall how even you stated he did have a moment of thinking. Yes, I do remember that. Mm-hmm. Messages from Elias. I know we don't feel the same. I'm becoming a better person. I still think about you. I can be myself with you. I saved your texts and messages. And let's pull one more just for the heck of it. And then the other card that I pulled was I wish I had treated you better. You didn't see my tears. So maybe he cried over this. Maybe not, but even if he didn't actually cry, the card you didn't see my tears just indicates that he does feel badly about this. He's like, I am human. Like, this does affect me. This does get to me. Yeah, he's getting a little ahead of himself. What is the expression, like you're pushing the cart before the horse or something? You're just like, he like almost was getting a little ahead of himself, and he just needs to be his age. He needs to have fun. Honestly, with this other person he's talking to, like, who's to say what's going to happen with that? I mean, I think for him, he's just like figuring out who he is. He has a little bit more of a sense of freedom than probably what he's used to. You know, he has, it's like his life is just getting started. And back, you know, at that age, I thought I had it all figured out. And obviously I didn't. And I thought I knew what I wanted and I didn't. And so, I mean, I think he just needs the space and the freedom to just enjoy himself and not take things too seriously. He seems very hard on himself. Yeah, he's got, and I mean, so do you, Amy, you know, like you're still very young as well. Wow, does he really? Maybe you dodged a bullet. Like, sorry, but that's a very complicated type of personality to have a relationship with, and I speak from experience. Sure, Amy, go for it. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Into QuickBooks, your way to money.
You and I talked this morning about the chicken between these two things. How do you assess your life through those circumstances? You know, a lot going on, right? Let me go down, do it off a little bit, throw our time and all. Everything is prep, but there's no excuses, though. Got a few plans, long games. You know, we've been here for 12 minutes left. We got to give it all we got. It's the playoffs, man.
Okay, it looks like it just came through. I had to check my phone because for whatever reason my email is not coming up. All right, let's take a look here. It's been doing that the last couple of nights, but it's all good. I'll just, as long as I have the notification on my mobile pay app, that's all I need. All right, so what's or who were you in a past life? Do you want any past life information, or do you want like like I had said in the past, I think your mom had mentioned that we don't think you've been around but maybe a couple lives. So do you want me to just pull for like any of your past lives, or are you interested in a specific one, like the last one you lived? The last one you lived. Okay. Okay, let's specify the last life that she lived. What or who was she? What or who was she?
Why stay in hotel rooms and not be together? Get an Airbnb and actually get together. So,
Okay, so what I'm getting here is you were very well known in your life. Like, I'm not saying famous, but I'm saying like well known, at least in your community. Like, people knew who you were, people knew of you. I'm getting artists, but not like the current art that you currently do. I'm getting more like lyrical art. I feel like you were really good at using symbolism. Like the word poet is coming to mind, but I think it was made more for music. We have specifically pioneer, And this indicates that you wanted to be known for doing things that other people like hadn't seen before. You wanted to be the first to do something, not something that has done before. Like you were in this place where you were like, I want to shock people, I want to awe people, I want people to know like that I'm different and I can find a way to set myself apart. I feel like people cared about your opinion. So it was almost like you had admirers or people looked up to you, but you made your own path. You essentially didn't have really anyone else to rely on but yourself. And I think that that's what you carry into this current life, is feeling the need to be very independent. You said crazy enough, I make pretty nice song lyrics right now in my spare time. Okay, well, there you go. I didn't even know that about you. So I'm not going to like say with conviction, because again, this is a tarot reading, but I feel like you may have been an orphan in your last life. I've have the child orphan and child eternal card. And this indicates that, and especially with the pioneer card, the feeling like you had to do everything by yourself, that you had no one else to rely on. And so you created your own community, you created your own family. And that's why people in your community knew of you and you were very well known, because it was very important to you to build bonds outside of family. So maybe the lessons you bring into this life, the things that you're learning in this life, is that you should be able to rely on family and not be so independent. And I think that you have a hard time with that because the karma here is that your family relies on you. So you're still carrying on that feeling like it's all on my shoulders, like I'm the one that has to carry the weight. Everyone looks to me to carry this and execute this and have the answers. And so you kind of fit naturally into that role, except for in a past life, you felt like you were alone. And now in this life, you know you're not alone, but you still feel like you are. So I think that a great karma would be to eventually build your community up in this life, where you feel like there are people that you can rely on, like your best friend, and eventually your own family, and kind of help heal your own karma through your family. Know that you can get a husband you can rely on, that you know has your back, that can be your rock, that you don't have to do everything by yourself, and to break that cycle so that way your child or future children don't feel like, you know, you're relying on them the way that your family did. So that's important for you to know. You may even feel called to adopt kids. And actually, now that I think about it, it just dawned on me, you work with children and you have a lot of like I said, child orphan, child eternal here. And so you're very playful, very youthful, very young, and mentally young as well. A determination to remain young in your body, mind, and spirit, seeing things with fresh eyes. And it makes me wonder if that's why you're drawn to working with children as well, because you have felt alone in a past life, and felt like you didn't have anyone to like look up to, and that might be why it matters to you a lot what your kids think of you. But I'm also getting that you might adopt at some point or feel called to adopt. And if you do feel called to adopt, this could be just past life karma coming in to like restore for you so that you can find fulfillment and you don't have to carry that weight of not having a family in your last life. It's a very similar dynamic. Can I just kind of like be transparent with you? It's kind of dawning on me that I think my sister had a similar situation. She has always felt a strong desire to adopt, or maybe even not adopt, but at least to foster. She fosters lots of animals and she's always felt like a desire to foster children as well. And I don't know if I told you, but, and I don't really talk about this because it's my sister's story, but when she does delivery services sometimes, so like that's part of her job. She does daycare, but she also does like delivery services. And she went to a house to deliver groceries to them, and their kid was outside, and he's like, "Hey, I know you." And my sister had never met this kid before, and she was like, "You do?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've missed you." And she's like, "You've missed me?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're my sister, but we abandoned you." And she's like in shock. First of all, this kid looked too young to even know what abandon means. But basically, he was saying that Rachel was, my sister was his sister, and that they abandoned her. And she was like, I just had like the craziest experience. She called me, I was like in Lowe's or something, and she's like telling me this story, and she's like, I've never seen this kid before. I deliver to this house all the time, and I've never seen him since. And she was like, it was just like the craziest out of body experience ever. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it's kind of like reminding me of my sister's story, because it makes me wonder, like, in a past life, was she orphaned? Like, was she given up the way that the kid said? And, you know, she has such a passion for fostering in this life, and a passion for potentially fostering another child. So I just wanted to share that story with you because it's kind of a similar vibe, if that makes sense. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's wild. It's a wild story. Really? Yeah, there has to be a connection there for you for sure. So, Amy, that is what I have. It sounds like it resonates with you, so I am happy to hear that. But I definitely am getting like artists, like lyricists, poets, just really good with words, music, even being like the first of your own to have a certain kind of sound, being really well known in your community, being very respected and admired in your community. Maybe other people wanted to protect you as well. And feeling, and it's funny because you also have the judge card, which is very Libra energy, like wanting to be fair, never wanting to play favorites with anyone, wanting to be compassionate, and like never abusing your own power over anyone else. So, and self-expression, exactly. Hey, lovely, welcome in. Yeah, that is wild, Amy, because that's not, I can't say that that's happened to me before. But it could be that childlike vibe that you have about you too, you know? So keep in mind feelings of abandonment, and make sure that you seek appropriate families and appropriate friends, because the child orphan can be very drawn to what they call surrogate families, where it's like you're trying to replace your current family with a new family that you want, but it may not be right. So just keep in mind that karma you might carry into this life, where you're seeking validation or you're seeking community or closeness from people who aren't willing to give that back to you. This was such a cool read. Thank you, Luna. Thank you for asking the question. I love stuff like this. I really, really love stuff like this. It's so much more fun for me to answer questions like, and then when you ask me where your sketchbook was, like just stuff like that is a lot of fun, in my opinion. You said, crazily enough, I sing and write many songs a lot in my free time and self-expression. And not gonna lie, I've heard people using ChatGPT for Destiny Matrix stuff. Yes. Destiny Matrix is super cool, but ChatGPT, I notice sometimes they don't like know it fully, and so like it's hard because sometimes they might give you the wrong information or something like that. So you can try. You can definitely look into it, but sometimes You have to get them ChatGPT familiar with the Destiny Matrix first. You have to like remind ChatGPT what it is, and then you can ask your questions. It's like a weird situation, but you could definitely look into it. You have abandonment issues heavy in this life. So that explains it. Yeah, me too. Thanks for the fun reads. Yeah, I've seen people do tarot readings. It's definitely possible. Even you can look up astrology on there too. I mean, you can really use ChatGPT for anything. I just would say if you're not super experienced in those areas, like if you're not experienced in astrology or you're not experienced in tarot or you're not experienced in the Destiny Matrix, you have to use what ChatGPT says with a grain of salt because sometimes they are wrong. And if you don't know enough about it, you will... and you can't correct ChatGPT and be like, actually, Chat, that's not a benefic, for me because I was born at night or something. And then ChatGPT will be like, oh yeah, that's right. With this new information here, you can go. So it's like sometimes ChatGPT will give you like, just what I say is take it with a grain of salt, because if you don't know enough about it, you might be given the wrong information. And if you don't know enough about it, you can't correct ChatGPT to recalibrate to the appropriate response, if that makes sense. But it's fun. It's entertaining, Lovely says I tread lightly with ChatGPT. Right. Thank you, Luna. I'm going to continue doing my gem art. Have a great night. Okay, so this is for you, lovely for a channeled message. I know, Amy. The dowsing rods were fun. I was just thinking about those yesterday. Okay, lovely. I know, those were a lot of fun. I haven't pulled them out in a while. They're probably sad. Maybe in October when it comes around, you can mess with the dowsing rods. Maybe so. That would be fun. Like a Halloween spooky time. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much for your support tonight. Have a good night. All right. As usual, lovely, I'll let you know when I'm about halfway done, and then sorry, and then when I'm fully done, I'll get that sent over to you. Got some cards pulled here. Let's see what he has to say. You went to a food festival today? Ooh, that sounds awesome. Did you eat a lot? How can you not at a food festival? Oh my gosh, I just sneezed during your reading. Exhausted from the walking. You probably burned off all the calories. No worries. No worries. That sounds like a lot of fun, though. It sounds like you need an Epsom salt bath or something. About halfway done. Thanks, lovely. So you know when I sneeze, I always tell people that you may hear from your person because I sneezed during your reading. You are gonna sleep amazing. KS, I'm only doing donations right now, friends. Hey, Mystic, thank you. Almost done. Let's see. All right, lovely. This is for you. He says, I've been sitting with everything that happened with us, and honestly, it doesn't feel good. Things moved fast, then just stalled, and I've been trying to figure out why that happened. In a roundabout way, I know that I messed up, but if I could really think about the core of it, I can't even say why I did this, and it's why I have been spending a lot of time sorting it out. I want to be the person that doesn't let a moment pass without saying what's going on inside of me. I've been in a quieter place lately. I am hoping with time for a chance to reconnect and to be seen by you with fresh eyes. Yeah, I thought that was nice.
They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
You're welcome. Yes, have a great rest of your night, girl. Get some rest. All right, next one is for Mystic. Mystic, I have you for an in-depth reading. What can I do for you? let's take a look. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like conflict of interest, maybe. You'll have to tell me who this person is to you, but looking at this objectively, it feels like there's like, I don't know if it's like a risk associated with you or a conflict of interest. I have the Three of Pentacles. This indicates like third party. I have the Three of Cups right next to it. It indicates third party. Um, So it can indicate that he's worried about like maybe what other people would think if he comes to you. Like he's worried about eyes on the connection. I think he also is just nervous in general. We have the Nine of Swords. This is like anxiety, nervous kind of energy. So maybe he doesn't even really know like how to interact with you, generally speaking. Um, but it seems like he's almost worried about the opinions of others or like how it's going to look if he were to associate with you and like would other people think that it was romantic? What would other people think? And so there could be a mix of like nervousness, awkwardness, not really sure how to act around you, but also like worried about what other people are going to say or other people are going to think. I have the Four of Wands in the center of the reading. So this can either indicate that he's in a commitment or it can indicate that he's interested in taking things to the next level with you. I know that's kind of vague, but that's generally what the card means. So there could be a conflict of interest because he is involved with someone, or it could be that he is interested in you, but is not really sure if this is like suitable for work or whatever, for a working relationship. I do recall now that you have mentioned it that he's the guy that tries to like make excuses to come see you and come talk to you and things like that. So he just has like this very like awkward, nervous, kind of shy boy energy when it comes to you. And I think that generally that's just like his way of like not really knowing exactly how to act. I think people just if they maybe are crushing on someone or they're interested in someone, sometimes they don't really know how to act and they can be kind of bashful. That makes sense. He does seem to not know what to say. It seems like, he's worried a lot about like the opinions of others. That's like one thing that's coming out really strongly here. And we have the Judgment card. So he's worried about like other people making judgments on the connection. And I think honestly, Mystic, is that he might not even be ready to confront if he has feelings for you yet. And he may be worried that other people are going to get like a certain impression, and if he's not ready to address it, then he might be worried that other people are going to try to make something out of it that he's not ready for. And I think he's concerned for whatever reason that other people might out him. So for example, if he's coming around a lot, and other people are noticing he's spending a lot of time around you, they might bring to your attention, hey, have you noticed that Christian's kind of spending a lot of time around you lately? Like, what do you think of that? I think he wants to avoid those kinds of conversations. I think he wants to see how he feels for you without like other people getting involved and getting in the mix. So it's like he always feels like when he talks to you, there's always people around, but maybe he wishes at times there was like one-on-one. And also like he doesn't like an audience. So if he is going to talk to you, he doesn't necessarily like the idea of like other people listening in. So heavy on the feeling like he's on a stage, feeling like other people are forming opinions about him or making judgments about him. And I feel like maybe he's just trying to get to know you. And so he's like, and generally speaking, he just kind of has a nervous energy. Like you said, he doesn't really know what to say. He's healing from a past relationship too. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's kind of awkward. But at the same time, it is kind of sweet. It is kind of nice. But it's not that he's necessarily trying to avoid you. There's just like other things he's trying to avoid. And it's not you. It's the feeling of nervousness, the feeling of awkwardness, the feeling of other people's eyes on you. That's definitely what I'm picking up from this. So I wouldn't take it personally. I feel like he's kind of like, I want to form an opinion about Mystic before other people are forming opinions about us. Like, I want to see what this is all about before I've got other eyes watching, you know? When you feel ignored. Yeah, I can understand that. But I think like, you might just have to let him come out of his shell. You might just have to let him. Here's the thing. We can sometimes, like, if you like someone, you can sometimes accidentally, like, pay attention to every single person and ignore the one person that you actually want the attention from, because you're trying not to bring attention to the fact that you want their attention. It's kind of like when kids are kids and they'll like physically hurt the person that they have a crush on because they don't know what to do with those feelings. It's kind of like that in adulthood. And if you guys work together, it's just like, I'm sorry, it's just like an awkward situation. Like, you guys aren't meeting under normal circumstances, but somehow crushing out. And like, what do you do with that? Because you work together, is this going to be permissible from your superiors if you guys decide to get involved romantically? Are you guys going to be like looked down on? Is this going to be okay? Is someone going to lose a job? Or like, do you guys keep it under wraps? And it seems like he just doesn't like the opinions of other people. So I can understand how you feel that way, but I think you have to just give him grace and try not to take it personally, you know? I feel like he's still trying to get to know you and figure you out. You're welcome. Have a good night, Mystic. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so we're going to put a last call on the screen. Last call for donations right now before I sign off. So if there's anybody hanging around that wants to get a donation in before I go. And I will be back this week. A couple more times this week. I'm not working next weekend like I normally work on the weekends, but I'm not doing that this coming weekend. I've got my sister's baby shower that we're doing. So normally you guys have been seeing me over the weekend, the majority of this month. But this coming weekend, the 3rd and the 4th, I will not be here. So you'll have to catch me sometime during this week when you see me. I'll leave the last call on for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. All right, friends, that's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but like I said, you guys will see me over the next couple of days.